Poor breathing efficiency causes a buildup of carbon dioxide, which negatively impacts testosterone levels. Get your breathing straight. It minimizes apnea and has positive cosmetic effects. It increases lung capacity, allowing you to increase testosterone production in the appropriate ratios. The impact of apnea on these hormones is dramatic and awful. However, there are also good advantages to getting breathing right for these hormones. We need to be dramatic and amazing. Breathing is one of the primary behaviors associated with apnea, which has been proven to be connected with reduced testosterone levels. Apnea is all about underbreathing and the accumulation of too much carbon dioxide in the body. There are other complications of apnea, but consistent literature indicates a complete narrative on aging, decreases in hormones, and general health. Decreases in hormones are linked to apnea. In any situation, you may find multiple studies demonstrating that apnea, or inadequate breathing efficiency, and the accumulation of too much carbon dioxide in the body are problems, mostly related to sleep apnea. Apnea, in general, has been proven to be an issue negatively influencing hormones, which is true for both males and females. What's fascinating is that there are extremely clear ways in which breathing patterns, particularly during sleep, can regulate hormones in ways that are immediately actionable and can help optimize both estrogen and testosterone, regardless of whether you have ovaries or testes. What is apnea? Apnea occurs when there is a cessation of respiration during sleep, causing people to hold their breath and then suddenly wake up. I've discussed the physiological sigh in prior episodes of this podcast, a pattern of double inhales followed by an exhale. There are things you can do consciously to minimize stress, reduce anxiety, and dump CO2. The breathing pattern kicks in spontaneously whenever we have an apnea episode during sleep. Many people suffering from apnea do not engage the physiological signs. Those who are significantly overweight also suffer. Many people suffer from apnea while sleeping, leading to a significant accumulation of carbon dioxide in the body, which may cause extreme drowsiness throughout the day and an inability to enter the deeper phases of sleep. It's widely established that going into deep sleep and obtaining the correct slow-wave sleep patterns, such as REM sleep, is critical for hormone optimization. However, the issue of breathing can be modified during the day. Awake hours can profoundly impact both sleep and lower occurrences of sleep apnea. Emerging literature suggests that even breathing in specific ways while awake can optimize various hormones. Mouth breathing. So, here's how this works. There is now a lot of literature demonstrating that breathing through the nose, not through the mouth, is effective at improving a wide range of issues. Firstly, it improves cosmetics. The features of the jaw and face were first established by my co-workers at Stanford in a book entitled Jaws, The Story of a Hidden Epidemic by Sandra Kahn and Paul Ehrlich, with a foreword by Robert Sapolsky. It also has a high endorsement from Jared Diamond, author of Guns, Germs, and Steel. There are several influential figures in this book, Jaws. Unfortunately, many individuals are not aware of it, but it effectively outlines the advantages of nasal breathing and the dreadful consequences when people, especially children but also adults, are heavy mouth breathers. Mouth breathers experience alterations in the cosmetics of their face and jaw that are quite severe. Studies, including twin studies found in the book, show that the chin tends to dip back behind the upper mandible, leading to facial elongation and drooping eyes. These changes can be highly dramatic or minimal based on the extent of mouth breathing. Although sometimes we need to breathe through our mouths, there is also a large amount of data and investigations described in this book that support the benefits of nasal breathing, both while awake and asleep. Nasal breathing supports a variety of wonderful things tied not only to cosmetics, but also to the improvement of gas exchange, such as carbon dioxide and oxygen in the body. Furthermore, it can change the levels of various neurotransmitters and neuromodulators in ways that positively affect hormones, sleep, and testosterone production. As a nasal breather, avoiding mouth breathing can positively affect hormones, particularly testosterone and estrogen. It does this by making you a better sleeper, allowing you to generate more testosterone. So, what does this all mean? This means we need to be breathing correctly to support proper breathing and sleep, so that we don't enter deep apnea states, which can negatively affect gonadal function. I wouldn't be introducing this as one of the main behavioral tools if it weren't for the profound effects of apnea. Getting breathing right has dramatic and amazing impacts on testosterone and estrogen. It works by reducing cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone released early in the day as we wake up. It serves beneficial functions in protecting us against infections and reducing inflammation. However, you don't want your cortisol levels to be excessively high for too long throughout the day and night. We've all been told in the last 10 years or so that getting adequate sleep is crucial for all components of health. Proper sleep can offset everything, including reduced testosterone levels, estrogen levels, and fertility losses that occur when we don't get enough sleep. So, the simplest version is, get your breathing right. How can you do that? Some people suffer from severe sleep apnea and will need a CPAP machine. This is the machine that you put on your face to help you breathe properly and sleep regularly. People are now starting to tape their mouths shut at night. This may sound a little extreme and even risky. James Nestor discussed this in his book, Breath, The New Science of a Lost Art, which suggests simply taping the mouth shut with an adhesive that allows you to open your mouth if necessary while sleeping. This can help people transition from being mouth breathers and snorers to daytime nasal breathers. One way to improve your nasal breathing is to dilate the nasal passageways, as many people have difficulty breathing through their nose. You can do this by breathing through your nose while working out, especially during cardiovascular activities when not at maximum effort. Initially, nasal breathing during exercise may feel challenging, but over time, the sinuses will improve their capacity to dilate. If you've never experienced this, as a neurologist who has held many skulls and removed many brains to teach anatomy, I can tell you that the sinuses are tiny openings in the bones running behind the nose and into the skull. When you breathe more through the nasal passages, your sinuses will start to dilate more. You won't end up with a larger nose, but it will become easier to breathe through your nose. My advice is to breathe through your nose while exercising unless you're pushing yourself to the limit. Soon, you'll discover that you can produce a higher output than when breathing through your mouth. There are certain exceptions, such as when swimming or during specific sports like martial arts, where mouth breathing may be necessary. However, for most recreational athletes or exercisers, learning to be a nasal breather has excellent cosmetic impacts, minimizes apnea, releases carbon dioxide, improves lung capacity, dilates sinuses, and helps avoid apnea during sleep. Enjoying the content? Smash that like button, hit subscribe to join the community, and don't forget to drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts.